Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Ducks will kick it away to start. And he's going to try to return this one. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but it makes life really easy on me on second down.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Hand off from the shotgun. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. The Gators moving quickly to the line. Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
Hunt is on its way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Quick release by the QB. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Moore. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Moore to the air. Got his man on the right. Oh, got enough space. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. On the move, he fires. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Using his legs to buy some time. Got room to work. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Got it in the middle, it's Brown. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Florida! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop, but this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
They just cut into this deficit, and now they're trying to get the ball back early with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. So he gets stuffed on first down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now in this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these two coaching staffs.
Moore will throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And I love the angle route, whether it's man or zone. If you throw it with timing and you wait for it to develop, most of the time it's going to come open. Great job by the quarterback seeing it, hitting the running back.
And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They're going to ride this running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Quick release on the RPO. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Off the bootleg and rolling out. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put it...
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Coming out with it, it's Abrams. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. Moore to the air. Here's a heat. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Oh, and those are those where you're just looking at your hands, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Dang it, I should have caught that. Nice play, break on the football. That could have been a house call. That could have been a game changer, but just couldn't secure the interception.
Catches it at the 30. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
This defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. Looking to the big tight end. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Offense changing the play. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Throwing right. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You got an extra DB. You got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
That's reeled in. It's Green. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. They'll immediately call timeout. The Ducks come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. Oh, he's got a chance. Turning it on. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Moore will throw. Dances away. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The DBs will back off a bit. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Moore. Hits the accelerator to the right. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Oregon. Once he got some room, it was over.
Yeah, if I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Virginia is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by just 4 to San Jose State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Off play action on 1st down. Rush is on him. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, the hit on the quarterback is why that was incomplete, but that QB is lucky that was not picked off. That is the cardinal sin, throwing back across your body. This quarterback needs to be more careful moving forward.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Makes the grab. It's Payne. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The the Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Showing the arm strength to the left. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
Well, when you're running the curl route against zone coverage as a QB, you know you've got to get the receiver the ball quickly. This quarterback has a cannon for an arm. He showed you on that last throw, and the offense picks up the first down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Lets it fly. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Lets it fly deep downfield. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Gators!
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's not going to take the touchback. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Oregon.
Just over 20 seconds to play in the half. You just don't want to make a big mistake here. More to the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Looking downfield very late in the half. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On his way from around the 50. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. It's good. Easy call for the refs. They cut into that lead. It's now 28-17. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
But they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Moore will throw. Takes the easy one to the back. There he goes. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Ducks in the hurry-up.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
And the extra point is good, and the score is 35-17. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off.
Florida, 17.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Right on the money. Turns it on in midfield. Breaks into the open. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I don't blame this offense at all for throwing the football down here. Like, you can trust. He's already got 4 touchdown passes on the day. He's proven he's trustworthy. Nice job by the defense, not getting fooled again. They've had a bad day, but that was a good play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
On fourth down, going to the air. Looking left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And what a play by the defender. He's on an island all by himself in cover 1 man coverage. Just him and the wideout, and he ends up winning, coming up with a big INT.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Using his feet to buy time. Grabbed behind the line, it's Johnson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Gators will hustle to the line. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions a day.
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down because the RPO game's been a problem.
Wants to go up top on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback. He makes a sure tackle. Second down, he'll throw it. Pressure coming. Snagged in the middle. It's Payne. Finds a crease at the 20. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Pulls it in. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Takes it from the gun on third down. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Inside the 40. Past the 30. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Oregon. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the Jets, making the big play.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead.
And how about the cherry on the sundae? The big INT return for a touchdown and now throw on the 2-point conversion. Give this team 8.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. To the air on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Lost one deep down the right side. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. How in the world could they let that happen, and how in the world did they pull it off? That was 4th and a mile, and they got it.
I mean, what a clutch play by this offense. Listen, understanding, a small throw is not going to get it done. A deep ball down the field, give yourself a chance to make a play, and by gosh, they do it.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. They get to him as he throws. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Bringing the heat. The throw. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Touchdown, Florida! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Batted at the line and incomplete as that throw was headed toward the end zone. Still down big here in the third quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Great place to start for this offense. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Ready, break. They'll go with a direct snap. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Moore to the air. Quarterback extends the play. Slings it downfield. He's got it. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Wants to throw on first down. Buys a little extra time. And he'll just get rid of that one.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Under fire. Pulls it in. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Oh, he's got some space. The 50. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Gator. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
That's such a great job by the defense because they never quit on the play. Yeah, they gave up a completion, but did you see them swarm to it, rip the ball out? They're able to scoop it, score. That is an unbelievable effort play by the defense.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's going to bring this one out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Ducks want to crank the tempo.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And some room to work. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
To the ground with the back. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Finding open areas. Turning it on. Touchdown, Ducks! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
That keeps the score. Oregon 49, Florida 30.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Gators sending the offense back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered.
He's taking the shot. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Pocket breaking down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. The Gators want to move quickly.
Brings up third down.
Quarterback making checks. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Wide receiver going in motion. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10.
But you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence.
Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Florida! A great catch and run for 6. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead.
And it's more common to throw for the 2-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You can tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice 2-point conversion.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing.
There he goes. Touchdown, Oregon. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
Quarterback moving. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
1st and 10.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. So now it's 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's moving out of the pocket. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Going for the big play. And it's another interception as his assault.